Hello guys, I am back again for another episode of this. If you watched the previous one, which was just uploaded and it was up a couple hours ago, I am left off. Apparently there's something going on between the Divas and the dudes, and Michelle McCool wants me to stay out of something. Coach is telling me that something is not going on. Something's going on in SmackDown that wouldn't happen on Raw, and Ashley Massaro is basically telling me things are not going well with her and whoever she's dating, and she's interested in watching me wrestle. That's where we left off, and this is the beginning of a new storyline because also in the last episode I finished the one with the whole Hollywood contract. So let's get right into SmackDown. I did turn subtitles on too, by the way, to make it easier if people couldn't hear it. It is me versus Matt Hardy with Ashley. So I guess she's dating Matt Hardy in this.
Welcome to SmackDown. We're just 1 month away from SummerSlam. Michael Cole and JBL at ringside, and the presence of Stephanie McMahon has certainly stirred things up around here.
You say that like it's a bad thing. I think it's great.
Well, it's certainly good for anyone who's on her side.
And only a moron would try to stay in the good graces of someone with the last name McMahon.
Hey look, it's the guy that should have been my partner in the last storyline, but instead I get Roddy Piper.
He better be careful. We saw what his opponent...
Speaking of Ashley. We are ending this fast.
I don't know. He's putting a lot of
I faced Matt before, I'm pretty sure, in the first storyline, didn't I?
What goes up must go down.
And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose his...
Looks like someone's moving up in the world.
Look at that. That's going to go...
I want to be a douche and steal his finisher.
From that top turnbuckle.
Come on, quit showing off. This is a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen
Twist of fate.
Boom.
Boom.
He dodged that bullet.
Crap. Oh.
Instead of pandering to the fans, you should really keep your head in the match.
Come on, you're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. This could be big, but it could backfire.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him.
Oh, I didn't do it enough. Oh.
This could be it.
Whoa, that was close.
No disrespect, but when is Matt Hardy just going to pack it in and call it a day?
I'm trying to remember how do you move people in this game.
He's simply got too much passion and determination.
On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it.
Does anybody remember how do you drag people? Like away from the ropes or something? I cannot remember.
You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Nice quick counter there.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, one mistake and we're going to see that fire put out pronto.
Watch out for Ashley.
I've been looking forward to this match all night.
So have I. It's certainly been one of
Get
the
the 3 count.
anticipated.
He could get the pin
1,
right
2, 3. There we go.
I think these superstars.
Ah, look who I just beat.
And this may have stirred up more trouble than it solved.
Yeah, and those are 2 superstars you don't want to have mad at you.
And that goes double for their friend, Stephanie McMahon.
That's about the smartest thing you've ever said. Not that there was much competition.
Gee, thanks a lot, partner.
Who are you calling partner? Working with you is bad enough. I'm not going to pretend to be your friend.
Why is Ashley acting like she's hurt? Okay.
Hey, that was a great match. Congratulations on the win. You looked fantastic. Maybe we can get together and celebrate. My hotel's right around the corner. How about meeting me for a drink a little later?
Oh yeah. I'm accepting. Yeah. Crap.
Hey.
Wrong button. No, I think it's safe to say that Matt probably won't be very happy with that. Now, I do want to show you guys something real quickly because I wasn't sure what it meant. When I turned subtitles on, right here it said email attention was off, so I put that on. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I guess it tells me if I have I don't know. And I turned simulate training on. Does that mean I don't have to play them anymore? I can actually simulate them and still get the points? Because I would rather do that so it doesn't take as much time, so let's see if it works. I'm sure I won't get as many points if I actually did it myself, but let's try speed. Okay, you can simulate. I'm gonna do some strength. Simulate that. Let's see how much worse it is than normal though. Okay, not bad. I got, instead of usually +1, it's 0.75. But still, that's something. Yeah. Let's do some more training. I don't need to do hardcore. Let's do some more strength.
I don't know what's going on, but my girl disappeared last night, and your number was on her cell phone. If you're stupid enough to be fooling around with her, I promise you'll regret it.
Oh, well, I'm fooling around with her, so guess what, bud? Get over it. Oh, I feel bad now. This is Matt and Lita all over again. Uh-oh. Except I'm playing the part of Edge in this, and Ashley's playing the part of Lita. How bad is my fatigue? It's pretty high, so I'll just skip the rest of the weeks. Hey there, fella. Just who do you think you are anyway? What kind of game are you playing? You're going to find out how hard the way that you don't mess with me and you don't mess with Ashley. You got that? Ask Rey Mysterio. He'll tell you. Oh, my guy, Mark Henry, you know him? He's going to give you your first lesson in how to treat a lady. How did I treat Ashley bad? What happened? What did I do? I gotta face Mark. fine.
There's just 2 weeks to go until SummerSlam, one of the biggest pay-per-view events of the year. This is Michael Cole here with JBL, and it sounds like this superstar's getting caught up in a romantic entanglement.
How stupid do you have to be to try and fool around with a fellow superstar's woman?
I don't think it's that cut and dried, and I'm sure the presence of Stephanie McMahon doesn't make it any simpler.
Maybe not, but she's shown that she's open to some creative solutions for problems like this.
There was Matt. I'm walking away with the woman, not Matt. So I wonder if this is a short storyline, because all the storylines so far ended after. Hold on.
And whether that's true or not, this is his chance to show that he's not going to be pushed around.
Yeah, good luck with that. His opponent's standing up for his buddy tonight, and I can't help but notice that this guy doesn't seem to have many pals in the locker room.
I'm always interested in what they say during the entrances. I never know if it's something important, but I always skip it. Now, what was I saying before that? I honestly forget. Oh yeah, I was saying all of the stories I've done, the 2 of them, have all ended after a big pay-per-view, but usually there's a lot of weeks in between because we would have to wait for after the Raw pay-per-view to get to the SmackDown one. So I'm wondering, since this is SummerSlam and SmackDown has a part of it right away and it's only like 2 or 3 weeks, will the storyline go past that, or will it last only until the pay-per-view? Like I said, this is one thing that's really interesting me in this whole game. All these stories they have. Ow. I really want to steal Mark Henry's finisher. See, I want to do the world's strongest slam to him. See how he likes it.
And he's feeding off that energy right.
Going up that turnbuckle hurts a hell of a lot less than coming down from it.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well,
it's not letting me save it. Fine, I'll just kick you then. Did you see how it wasn't giving me the option to save it? Boom! Oh, wow. Mark Henry just no-sold my move. What a douche. What a douche. Mark Henry, you need to learn some respect around here. I don't care if you've been here for over a decade. Ow, ow.
These superstars give everything they've got when they're in a match like this, but a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice by.
Does anybody else who's watching this remember Mark Henry as sexual chocolate? Oh my god. Oh, that was terrible. I don't even want to think about it. I never even should have brought it up. That was old Attitude Era stuff. Will you stop stepping on me? God, I probably have internal bleeding now. Get up.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one as much of themselves to their fans as the WWE.
Get away from me.
Me too, and I do agree.
No.
With what they're saying.
I'm probably gonna tap out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna tap out.
Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at
get out. Get out of it. Yeah, I lost. I knew it. I couldn't break out of the stupid submission.
He wants to send a message to that cheap jackass.
Boy, it sure didn't take you long to choose sides, did it?
No, it didn't. I stand for honesty and decency. I am a man of integrity.
And you certainly don't want to badmouth any friend of Stephanie McMahon's.
Well, that just goes without saying.
I really hate that. That is so annoying. That freaking leg injury is killing me because they put me in one little submission and I automatically tap out. So stupid.
What's this? We're being told that. Let me get this straight. Stephanie McMahon has just authorized a second match here tonight. Did she do that?
Her last name's McMahon, isn't it? There's not much she can't do around here with qualifications like that.
I'm having a second match. Fine, I'll whip him. Unless he puts me in a little freaking Boston Crab move and I automatically tap out. So stupid. When is that leg injury gonna freaking go away? How many weeks did they tell me? God, it's been like forever now. It was like 10 weeks. Look at that. The move doesn't even work.
A textbook reverse.
You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
This could be 3 right here.
1, 2.
Wow, great reversal.
Look how red my legs are. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, if he puts me in one move, I am done.
Man, I don't want this match to end.
I'm with you, partner, but it's got to end sooner or later.
Well, whichever way it goes, no one can say that these superstars didn't give it everything they got.
Get up on the top rope.
Looks like
Jeez.
someone's moving up in the world. Instead of pandering to the fans, you should...
This is a big risk. Will it pay off? Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
Referee got stuck.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but only one is going to have it. He's going for the pin. 1, 2.
Yeah, I figured he would kick out.
These superstars are so unpredictable.
Look at that. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum.
Even if you want winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the
Come on, man.
week.
Yes,
I always do that move, and because they're in the middle of an animation, it never works.
Careful when you're going up there.
Here it is. He's building up ahead of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
And if his opponent is smart,
great.
he'll get the hell out of there.
Come on.
Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at them right.
this superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, one mistake and we're going to see that fire put out pronto.
Let's see if this finishes it.
No disrespect, but when is Matt Hardy just going to pack it in and call it a day?
I don't think you're ever going to see that from Matt Hardy. He's too much passion, and it's
His opponent might not have enough left to kick out.
Okay, won the second match.
I've been...
oh my, it looks like he may have injured that arm.
I wouldn't be surprised. The first match was rough, but the second one was downright brutal.
And I don't think there's any doubt whose side Stephanie McMahon is on.
No doubt at all. And I, for one, am glad she's taking a stand against that home wrecker.
I just hope that injury isn't as bad as it looks.
Me neither. As far as I'm concerned, he's got more retribution coming his way.
Am I getting in trouble for accepting that offer from Ashley? I think that's what I'm getting in trouble for. Fine, I'll do a rest thing, shut up. WWE Divas have been known to get involved with the action with the understanding that everything is fair game, wins and losses are on the line. But what happens when the action spills from the ring to someone's personal life? I can't believe something like this would happen, said a tearful Ashley. Somehow Frank got me on the phone and tried to make advances, to get us together somehow. I told him no, but he kept bothering me. Reaching for a tissue, she said it was sexual harassment. Oh my god. Oh, that is such BS, dude. Come on. The resulting furor led to an impromptu, unsanctioned match between Frank and Matt Hardy. Ashley's significant other, per Stephanie McMahon's authorization, despite an apparent injury to Frank's arm. Matt Hardy was simply defending Ashley, Stephanie said, and I guarantee there will be no disciplinary action. What the hell, man? I'm getting in trouble for no reason. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I have to do a rest thing. Get that stupid fatigue down. Where am I at now? Oh, when is this gonna end? I am number 2 on the power. Oh, look at this. Most popular superstar. Oh, I became the most popular. I was at the top of the 25. I beat the number 1 superstar on the 25, and I have 2 pay-per-view victories. And I have defeated a legendary superstar. Okay. Let's train some more. Let's improve this submission crap. I don't know if it actually helps improve breaking out of them, but it might help improve them. At least a little bit.
I'm absolutely disgusted by your behavior lately. If you're going to act like an animal, then you're going to get treated like one. And that means getting locked in a cage. Your GM has already been given his orders.
What did I do? She called me and asked if I wanted a drink, and I said yes. God help me. Apparently I'm going to be put in a steel cage. Let me guess. Steel cage match. Whoa. Oh no, I want to read them. Crap, I almost forgot.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry about how things have turned out. But I just couldn't let him know that I fooled around on him. I just couldn't. I hope you're not mad, and I hope you don't get hurt because of this.
I am getting put in a steel cage. God, I really hope they had a little reply back thing that you could do in this game. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, friend, but there's absolutely nothing I can do to prevent this cage match you've been put in. I just want you to understand that it wasn't my idea, but you know how it is when Stephanie gets involved with something. She always gets what she wants. Yes, she does, because she is Daddy's little princess. I can't be mad at Stephanie though. Years ago during the Attitude Era, like 2099 and I just said 2099, 1999 to like 2001, I love Stephanie as a character.
We are just over a week away from SummerSlam, and things are really heating up here on SmackDown. Michael Cole here with JBL at ringside, and tonight this man meets his romantic rival in a steel cage match.
Romantic rival? You mean the boyfriend of the Diva he won't stop harassing?
That's one view of the situation. I think he'd disagree.
He can disagree all he wants. See how much good that does him in the cage.
Hey look, it's the girl that said I was sexually harassing her. God. I'm gonna watch the beginning part of this entrance so we can see if they have anything to say.
Whether or not the accusations against him are true, he has certainly earned the ire of his opponents in recent weeks.
I can't remember a robbery with this much heat behind it. And settling grudges like this is exactly what the steel cage was designed for.
Okay, now is this an escape only cage match, or is this an escape or pin cage match? Because I do not know how to climb out of the cage.
Good evening, and welcome to Miami, Florida. And we are in for it.
I'm going to try to do a little pin thing right here to see if it lets me pin him. If it doesn't let me pin him, I know it's an escape only. I tried to pin him and it didn't work, so there you go. So let's beat the crap out of him first.
This is stupid. Why is he risking everything by going up there? You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
I think he's gonna fly.
Oh, he kicked me in midair. Are you serious? Go against the rope.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him, and now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd. He's going up, and what goes up must come down.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah,
still not letting me save it.
We're going to see that fire put out pronto.
Boom. I guess I can't do my signature, my 619 in a steel cage. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Now.
The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this.
Screw you, Matt Hardy. That's right, I flicked you off. I'll do it again.
I disagree. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
Instead of pandering to fans, you should really keep your head in the match.
Come on, you're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
Here it is. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
And if his opponent is smart, he'll get the hell out of there.
Looks like someone's moving up in the world.
Man, this crowd is really selling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You can't start climbing out of the cage until you know your opponent's not gonna follow.
That. Come on. Come on.
Top of the cage. This one's almost
yeah.
over.
Shawn Michaels. The greatest superstar ever. Yeah, I said it.
I was amazed when he returned from the injury he suffered last week. I'm not sure he'll get that lucky twice.
I don't think he will. Look at him. He is hurting.
And I can't help but think that without Stephanie McMahon's interference...
Hold it right there. I'm not going to sit here and let you badmouth a McMahon.
All I'm saying is that I'm not sure our general manager would have made this match 1 week before SummerSlam.
Well, if he wouldn't, then he's an idiot, because that was an incredible match.
Yeah, I won. Why does it always look like I'm the one hurt walking out? Another well this morning? God. Anytime Stephanie McMahon gets involved in WWE business, personal or public, controversy is almost certain to follow. Recently, she's been managed to bring both together using the backstage lives of WWE superstars and divas to propel what is perceived what is perceived by some as an agenda of sorts into the squared circle, but even McMahon acknowledges that not everyone is a fan of her methods. I know that not everyone sees eye to eye with me, said the CEO's daughter. Some superstars, particularly Frank, might have some issues with the way I've been handling business lately. Excuse me. But she said there's always room for compromise. I'm always willing to make a deal if the conditions are right, she said, because this is WWE and everyone settles their business in the ring. Popularity is at a 73. Fatigue is pretty high. I can't do any training or anything, or else that's just going to hurt me. So my fatigue wouldn't... Does it go down? Yeah, it went down a lot. Awesome. You know that deal I mentioned on WWE.com? Here are my terms. If you beat Matt Hardy and Mark Henry in a handicap match, I'll pick your opponent for SummerSlam. You'll meet him in a ladder match, and the prize is your contract. If you win, you stay on the roster, and I'll agree to leave SmackDown. And if you lose, you better hope Raw has an opening available for you. Think about it. Oh my god. This is like do or die for me if I want to stay on SmackDown. I already said I am not leaving SmackDown until I get my World Heavyweight Championship.
I've been following your drama lately, and I just want you to know that whether you win or lose at SummerSlam, there's always a place for you here on Raw. I hope we get a chance to discuss that this Sunday at the pay-per-view.
Trust me, I'll come to Raw eventually. I just don't want to do it now.
You were right there in the ring the last time we got hold of somebody who messed with our girls. So you know exactly what's going to happen this week. You're going to get a double dose of Matitude. And maybe next time, you'll think twice.
Shut up.
It seems that you've landed in some hot water, my friend. But don't worry. I've arranged for some ECW backup for you. Because I can't resist messing with Stephanie McMahon. Say the word, and you've got a tag team match instead of a handicap match.
Sorry, Tommy, but I wanna do this alone. I'm gonna save real quickly because I haven't saved in a little while. Oh, apparently they made it a tag match anyways. Okay guys, after the pay-per-view match or whatever, that's when I'm going to end this episode.
SummerSlam is only 2 days away. Michael Cole here with JBL at ringside, and tonight's match will decide whether or not this superstar goes to SummerSlam this Sunday.
Not to mention whether or not he stays on SmackDown.
That's right, and if he doesn't win this handicap match tonight, he'll be traded to Raw.
And I say good riddance. We don't need a slime ball like him around here.
Just don't send me to ECW. I don't want to go there. I'll refuse to sign a contract. That's what I'll do. You can't force me to sign anything.
His future on SmackDown depends upon his performance in this matchup. If he wins, he goes to SummerSlam. If he loses, he's gone.
Nothing would please me more than seeing him kicked off of SmackDown. He's got no respect for his fellow superstars, and I've got no respect for him.
He's convinced that his opponent has been harassing his girlfriend, and he intends to settle that matter here tonight.
And remember, if he picks up the win in this handicap match, he'll never have to look at that lying two-faced gigolo ever again.
I have to admit, I don't really understand why he's here tonight. Maybe his partner doesn't think he can handle this by himself?
That's ridiculous. He's got a lady of his own. And he's got to send a message to anyone who might try to pull anything over on him.
What's he doing here? This isn't ECW.
Typical ECW. No respect for anything. And now it looks like our handicap match is a tag team match.
Oh my God, Sandman. That dude's freaking crazy. I didn't even want this tag match, but I guess it's gotta happen now.
Come on, quit showing off. This is a wrestling match. I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, one mistake and we're going to see that fire put out pronto. If anyone else started to...
He wasted no time going for that pin.
2.
Oh, didn't really want to do that, but okay.
1, 2. It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling that...
A high-risk maneuver in the works from that top turnbuckle.
Look at that.
Oh, thank God I still hit him, or else my
Nothing wrong with keeping the pain.
momentum would have went all the way out.
Build some momentum.
This is just dumb. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost. Here it is. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
And if his opponent is smart, he'll get the hell out of there.
He was one step ahead on that one.
He made his opponent look like a chump with that counter.
And there's the reversal.
I think these superstars are going to...
He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to give them exactly what...
I think someone's been taking flying lessons.
The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive.
Crap, come on.
This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this down the middle. Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
Look at this. You don't often see a superstar's own finishing move used against them like this.
Can I do another finisher to him? Okay, this should be 3 finishers, so he should be near knocked out.
Oh no, I think he's bleeding from that last shot.
Wow, you're not kidding. He's busted wide open. This could be 3 right here. 1, 2.
Ah.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but only one of them is going to have his...
How'd he break out so fast?
End of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
So what? You want to say that everybody wins so that nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it. Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
Man, he breaks out of it fast.
Turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I got to admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds.
Instead of pandering to the fans, you should really keep your head in the match.
Come on, you're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
Man, come on.
God,
how many times is this gonna happen?
Everything they've got all night.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning.
You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
When I first heard about this match, I wasn't
Oh, this
sure
ain't gonna
who was
work.
going for the pin. 1, 2.
Like I said.
It's crazy to think that we actually get paid to do a job like this. There's thousands of people out there who would do this for free.
Really? Maybe I should look into that. I could get a better broadcast.
I'm trying to tag.
And save the company some money at the
Quick tags are the best way to win a match like this. This match proves without a doubt why SmackDown's the dominant brand in sports entertainment.
I can't help but agree, partner. You won't see action like this on Raw.
Even if you did, you'd have to hear about puppies and government mules and scalded dogs. It's like a zoo over there.
Come on. Every time I get a finisher, that happens.
Kids, if you're watching this, don't
Come on.
Stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former
Of course, the finisher goes away right away.
has had his share of injuries
Ugh.
over the years.
I don't even know what Sandman's finisher is anyway.
Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well, and having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain. He's going for the pin. This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets the next time we come back here. Not after a match like this.
Yeah, I don't know what Sandman's finisher is, so.
I cannot remember the last time I've seen a crowd this pumped up.
I know what you mean, partner. These superstars have really brought the fans to life here tonight. I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long rivalry.
I don't know how.
I don't know what his finisher is, dude.
And there's the pin.
1, 2.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle. An injured superstar is like a wounded animal. It's survival.
Oh, yeah.
And that also means, I don't know if this is such a good move.
Come on, ref, get out of the way.
I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might not walk out the winner.
Of course not. That's the kind of attitude that gets you beat.
I hate tag matches. I really do.
I don't think people realize. The mental conditioning of the WWE superstars is just as impressive.
God dang it, dude. Come on. For the love of God. He's had like 6 finishers on him and he's not losing. Probably because of freaking Henry breaking it up repeatedly.
I don't think you're going to be able to. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
And what a wild
I want to make him tap out, but he breaks out of it like instantly.
no signs of stopping anytime soon.
Oh, God, Mark Henry. Freaking hate you.
You know, maybe Hardy should worry more about trying not to lose. Seems to me that's where he could use the most work. This could be big, but it could backfire.
He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
So, have you got any predictions about who's going to win this one?
No way. I've seen you embarrass yourself with an...
Oh, man, I guess if you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it.
his opponent right here.
2.
Thank you. God.
There's no doubt in my mind.
I don't believe it. Talk about overcoming the odds.
I gotta hand it to him. I didn't think he had it in him.
Oh, God.
Congratulations. I've got to admit that was pretty impressive, but your job is only half done. You still need to beat my hand-picked enforcer at SummerSlam if you want to stay on the road.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
It's going to be easier said than done.
Edge. Ah.
If that happens this Sunday, that's the last time we'll see him on SmackDown.
I gotta face Edge at SummerSlam. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Once again, I've gotten what I wanted, and now you have to face Edge at SummerSlam in a ladder match. I just wanted to remind you one more time, I wouldn't want you to forget this was my idea. As far as what happened after your match, well, Theodore Long, your GM, has been notified and all the paperwork is ready. Are you? Stephanie, what happened to how close we were with that whole Hollywood movie thing? Come on now.
I just wanted you to know, this isn't what I wanted. I didn't mean for things to end like this.
You charged me with sexual harassment. God. See what happens when you make bad choices. You could have avoided all of this, but, well, it's too late to worry about it now, isn't it? But I do know one more choice you can make, and it's a good one, I promise. You can choose to start recording Monday Night Raw broadcast so you can brush up on your new brand. See you later, stud. Get lost, Michelle. I feel very loved on SmackDown, you know that? Weeks of heated accusations and challenges between Frank, Stephanie, and Mark Henry, Matt, Michelle McCool, and Ashley have led to Frank's most important match to date, and ironically it doesn't involve any of these rivals as an opponent. Per Stephanie McMahon's deal, she has hand-selected Edge to meet Frank at SummerSlam in a ladder match, the result of which will have dramatic implications on the SmackDown roster. If Frank wins, he stays on SmackDown and McMahon agrees to leave the brand. If Edge wins, Frank must leave SmackDown. I've dealt with a lot of people the past few weeks, and a lot of lies for that matter. But in one way or another it ends, Frank says. But now that I know what I'm up against at SummerSlam, I'm going to be ready. I have to. My career depends on it. Okay, let's save. How bad is my fatigue? It's pretty low. No new emails? Okay. Bret Hart. Ric Flair. Oh, I forgot Ric Flair was still in here. Stone Cold. Edge has 2 matches. Man, why couldn't I be put in the second match? Where he's all worn out. I still hate ladder matches. I don't even care if I won that last one.
SmackDown and Raw are proud to present SummerSlam.
Normally I wouldn't root for a Raw superstar, but tonight I'm pulling for him.
But if he wins, SmackDown loses one of its top superstars.
Good riddance. We don't need his kind on Friday nights.
Tonight's ladder match will settle the score, one way or the other.
Cool little promo.
You
He's been backed into a corner by Stephanie McMahon, and he has no choice but to fight with everything he has.
Yeah, he's been cornered like the rat that he is, and I hope he gets exterminated in this ladder match.
I get a feeling that JBL doesn't like me. Kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
He's no stranger to ladder matches, and he's the hand-picked representative of Stephanie McMahon.
And if he wins here tonight, he'll get to keep whipping his opponent every Monday night. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I forgot Edge was on Raw in this game. I'm so used to him being a SmackDown superstar. Oh, not a good way to start. Not a good way to start. I look like I'm drunk. Come on, Edge, get up.
These top rope moves, though, are high risk.
Okay, wrong formation of the move, but still.
Yeah.
Boom.
One mistake, and we're going to see that fire.
So much can go wrong from that top turnbuckle.
Boom.
You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd, and here's a little something for the fans.
That's how I feel about you, Edge, right there. The middle finger.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. You got to be careful when you're going up there.
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long...
Oh!
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Hey, watch your language. This is a family show.
I said exasperate. Not... oh, never mind. I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in this ring tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. This is a great match, and the fans are definitely into it.
And that's what really matters. If the WWE fans aren't happy, they'll let you know it. What the? That's his opponent.
Yeah. Boom.
This crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, and he's feeding off that energy right now. We're hearing the
What the heck? He's still getting up.
here tonight.
I'm all for freedom.
That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
Oh, ref, you better watch it.
These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
Come on, quit showing off. This is a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him, and now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion.
I've hit how many finishers on him now?
Edge is so quick and so...
No! You knocked over the ladder, you douche.
And that's doubly true if you're the referee. I don't think Edge has ever met a rule he wouldn't break.
No shame in that. If you don't get caught, it's not cheating. It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they're going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of
Edge, for the love of God, stay down. You see how long it takes me to pull that briefcase down, too? This is going to take forever. Edge.
I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on a bad side. This could be big, but it could backfire. You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Oh, man, these WWE fans are fired up.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
These superstars...
I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous.
Look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the...
Oh, man, I guess if you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it.
The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this down the middle.
Really? I can't reach it from here.
Man, this one's turned into a fight. Pure and
Edge,
simple.
what the heck, dude? Stay down.
We knew it was going to be physical, but I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We both called hundreds more. These competitors are going to trade blows until someone falls off the ladder. Neither superstar is giving an inch, but only one of them can stay up there.
Oh my God, that was brutal.
Time and again that they're willing and able to go the distance.
Well, you don't get too far in this business if you're not.
That's for sure, partner. There's always someone right behind you, ready to overtake you if you can't keep up.
It's crazy to think that we actually get paid to do a job like this. There's thousands of people out there who...
No.
Really? Maybe I should look into that. I could get... This is not a fight that either superstar can afford to lose.
I'll do it again then.
Whoever loses this fight.
Oh my God. Oh, that is so brutal. Like, seriously. What the heck, dude? Grab the briefcase.
I can't help but agree, partner.
Like, I'm afraid Edge is gonna die.
This on Raw.
Even if you did, you'd have to hear about puppies.
He's getting up already.
Mules and scalded dogs.
Edge,
It's
stay
like a zoo
down.
over there.
Edge is such a jerk.
I have never seen two competitors more determined to beat the living hell out of each other.
I'm just gonna keep this method going. It's working.
This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. If they're not...
For the love of God, Edge, just stay down.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets.
And why is this briefcase so hard to get off?
Not after a match like this.
I know I say this a lot, but it ain't ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment. They are absolutely tearing each other apart up there. I tell you what, there's not enough room for both of them up there.
Oh, he was almost taking control there. No matter how many times I see that, it looks so painful.
We were expecting a solid match from these superstars, but this is even better than I'd hoped.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork.
Got it.
But if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wow, did that work out perfectly or what?
He did it. He did it. He's staying on SmackDown.
I can't believe he pulled it off, and I can't believe you're so happy about it.
Whether you like him or not, you have to admit that he put in an amazing performance tonight.
I'll give the devil his due. He was the better man.
And while controversy might surround him, there was nothing controversial about the decision.
Absolutely not. He got the contract. He won the match. Period. End of story.
And that also means that if Stephanie McMahon is a woman of her word, she'll leave SmackDown.
I don't think she's got a choice. If there's one thing the McMahons are known for, it's their integrity.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens now. This should be good. Let's see who all won. Bret Hart beat Khali, Stone Cold beat Flair, Booker beat Mysterio, and Edge won his second match.
Well, I can't say I'm happy about it, but you won, and a deal is a deal. I'm leaving the brand, just like we agreed. Oh, and my so-called enforcer turned out to be pretty useless, so look for his bonus in your paycheck this week.
Congratulations on your victory and best wishes. As authorized by Stephanie McMahon, you are awarded $1,000 in bonus salary. Very nice.
Congratulations. What a match. Talk about overcoming the odds. But listen, just because you can stay on SmackDown does not mean you have to. Come on over to Raw, and I'll make sure to make it worth your while.
Ah, Coach, I can't do that, man. I gotta stay on SmackDown. It's my brand. For now. Uh-oh. There must be a cutscene or something about to happen. Oh, never mind.
I understand that you're one of SmackDown's top dogs, and I respect that. You see, I just did it. And I'd hope you'd respect ECW. But since that obviously isn't the case, I'm arranging for some respect to be beaten into you by the straight-edge extremist, CM Punk.
What happened? Did I yell up? Did I say something about ECW? In cross-promotional competition, a superstar from SmackDown will be taking on one from Extreme Championship Wrestling. Representing SmackDown will be Frank, one of the best on the brand's roster. GM Teddy Long seemed apprehensive about putting Frank in the situation. However, due to his importance to the brand and the risk involved in an ECW-style match, Frank doesn't feel that concern is warranted. I didn't get to be one of SmackDown's biggest superstars by pussyfooting around matches, says Frank. I'll take anything those lowly ECW minor leaguers can throw at me and dish out twice as much. Oh, God. This isn't going to end well. Are my injuries going yet? No. My popularity is only at a 64. You know what that means. Trophy date. Training. Go with strength. Okay guys, like I said, after the pay-per-view is where I was going to end it. We got an over hour-long episode. And this was a fun one. I actually enjoyed that storyline, even though I got charged with sexual harassment. It's all good. It's all good. And for those of you who did watch this, can you please tell me, was that the only shot I ever get at going to Raw, or are they going to offer it to me again later down the line? I hope so, because like I said, once I do win the World Heavyweight title, I may want to go to Raw so I can win the WWE title. But that is it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I surely did with this one. And I'll be seeing you guys for more content later down the road. I'll see you guys later.